Jaysen, it's a pleasure to have you on the podcast, sir.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. Tell the listeners, the watchers, who you are, what you do, what's your business, and we'll just start there.
Well, my name is Jaysen Scherger. I own T-Town DJ here in Tiffin, Ohio. Been owner of this business for about 14 years. Started from the bottom, worked my way to where it is today. Love it. It's just a lot of fun.
Yeah.
With a lot of public help and, support from my friends and family, it's made it really a lot of fun and really successful. So
that's awesome. Bring us back to your early days as a DJ. What was it like? What were you doing? What equipment did you have? Give us the nitty gritty behind T-Town DJ, where you started.
Well, I know I started DJing at the Duck Inn here in Tiffin. I was just freshly able to drink, so 21. And I remember it was playing CDs, so really crazy, and you had to keep everything going. I did karaoke as well, and then I remember one night I played the wrong song. There was the Hollaback Girl was one of the biggest hits.
Yeah.
I played Hollaback Youngin' accidentally, and the owner of the Duck Inn came in ticked because I didn't play the right song, and he grabbed the CD and just busted it and threw it all over the place. Yeah. I'm like, oh man. After that, I was put on door duty, and then pretty much hung up my DJing hat for a little while.
Okay.
And then my uncle got a hold of me and was like, hey, your cousin is graduating. Do you want to play music at his party? And I was like, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So I tried to wire 2 house stereos together, and then I bought some cheap DJ speakers, probably like $125 for a pair, and went there and I fried one stereo because I didn't wire it right, and played music for it. And then I ended up drawing T-Town DJ. I started with T-Town DJ logo on a piece of cardboard with a Sharpie marker. I think I still have it actually somewhere.
Yeah, you should frame it.
I should. I need to find it. I wish I would have kept my first $1, but I didn't do that.
Yeah, right. Sure.
I was putting it right back into business.
Yeah, of course. Have to when you start, right?
And it was really cheap stuff, and it was I think I was charging $175 for 4 hours.
Okay.
For a wedding back then.
Yeah.
And it was CDs, and you'd be playing, people would be dancing to like cha-cha slide and stuff like that. I'd have to lift my CD player up, so that way it didn't skip. So it was ridiculous. Yeah.
Did you have like the pamphlet of CDs where you could just flip through, or did you have separate CD cases or anything?
Thank goodness I was working at Level Up, the local game store here in town.
Yeah, sure.
And we sold CDs at the time, and I talked to the owner and I said, hey, I work here. Do you think I could buy all these CDs for $1 a piece?
Oh, nice.
So I went, and I bet you I spent probably a good couple $100 on CDs. I'm just picking them out, pulling them out, putting them in, sleeves. And what sucked about back then is that I would have to, if the bride and groom had certain songs they wanted, of course, I would have to make them a whole CD of all their songs, and if they had special songs they needed and I didn't have it,
sure,
I'd have to figure out how to get those as well.
So did you burn your own CDs then
you could
and stuff?
I did.
Download music and burn them?
I did.
Yeah.
Legally. And then
of course.
But I would have to do that, and then I would end up giving it to them as a gift. I'd be like, here's your song, so I have no use for it really.
Sure,
so,
nice.
So they have a nice little memento, and that's kind of cool about what I have today is if you book me and I DJ your stuff, I have your file in my file. I still have weddings from 4 or 5 years ago on my hard drive.
Oh, wow.
So, you could come back and be like, hey, I would like our wedding music. All right, I got it. Here you go.
For sure. Did you used to, write, their wedding date on, the CD with, Sharpie and stuff?
I did. Yeah, the wedding play mix or whatever.
Right, whatever, yeah.
I'd have hot songs like Cha-Cha Slide and Cupid Shuffle on a disc.
Sure.
And then I'd have, I'd have their music on a disc, and they'd be like, hey, do you have this Johnny Cash song? And I'd be pulling out discs. I'm like, No, I don't.
Yeah.
You know, there was no, the
Right.
request had to be within a certain amount.
Yeah, pretty precise.
Yes.
What was like the craziest song request that you got as like a DJ when you had to use like CDs?
Oh man. I would say people at weddings requesting like ICP and stuff is like, don't get me wrong, I don't mind ICP. You know, I have a, you know, I'm not a huge ICP fan, but I respect their talent and stuff. But
Sure.
At a wedding, it's a no-go. I'm probably not going to play it.
Yeah, that makes sense. What's some of the newer hot songs that the kids are requesting these days?
Well, I DJ the middle school and a lot of the local schools, and Mobamba by Sheck West is probably the number one requested song.
It has to be.
And
at every wedding too.
Even edited, it's still a pretty rough song.
It is.
Because there's a part where it pauses and there's some cursing and the kids don't care.
Yeah.
No joke, I played it at New Riggle one year, and I played it for the 8th grade. 8th grade had no problem because they have two different homecomings. They have 8th grade, and then after that's the high school.
Okay, sure.
I played it for the 8th grade, no problems. Then I played it for the high schools, like first off, and it was, they went ham on crazy. It. And the principal comes up and goes, "Hey, I know they're high schoolers, but can you tone it down a bit?"
Yeah.
I said, "Those are all your kids, man." I said, I just
play what they want.
It's all clean. Nothing dirty came out of my speakers, dude. So I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, I remember at my buddy's wedding, I think we requested that song like a dozen times, but it was a good one. But so always been a local business.
Yes.
Family business. Was there any challenges in a small town getting your business up and running? And you said that you now have like a huge support in the community and everything like that. Was it like that in the beginning as well?
It was a little rough. What's crazy is I had support from family. So like to start off, to power everything, I had my mom spent $300 and some and bought me a subwoofer, and that sub, the 18, powered my highs and everything else, and so that got me started. My wife, who was my girlfriend, she's been with me for well over 20 something years.
Congratulations.
And we've been married for 6. Thank you.
Yeah.
It's like I don't know where I'd be without her.
Of course.
She supports everything I want to do, and all I have to do is just be like, "Hey, I'm interested in this." She's like, "Well, as long as the bills are paid, I don't care what you do." So
that's good.
Really works for that. And then so getting started was kind of rough, but people saw the price tag. And that's one thing I'd like to tell other small businesses is that if you really want to grow your following, you got to start small and work your way big. If you're going to charge top dollar right out of the gate, you're not going to be able to compete with people that have been doing it for years. So you need to start small, get your following up, get your fan base, and then work your way up.
Kind of like proof of concept a little bit.
It is, and that's what I did. $175 does not buy much of anything.
Right.
And then it was only $25 an hour after that.
Gotcha.
So I'd be rocking 8-hour shows for $275 a night.
Wow.
Ridiculous. Yeah. Now there's no freaking way.
I bet.
No, it's a little bit more. But my equipment's a lot better.
Sure, of course. Yeah, and obviously we're talking the beginning, so your equipment's probably much updated and you're not playing CDs anymore.
No, thank goodness. No joke, I use DJ boards. I got a good buddy of mine. He's actually a DJ from Puerto Rico and just a really amazing club DJ. Yeah. And his name's DJ Santi, and he's out of Sandusky and stuff too. And he showed me how to use a DJ board controller. And ever since then, he's like, dude, why are you being a push and click DJ? Because I was using virtual DJ at the time. And he got, I took it as an insult at first. I was like, who the heck's this guy?
Yeah.
Screw you, dude. And met him, and he rocked one of my DJ bashes. And ever since then, we've been buddies, man. If he needs something, I've got him. Yeah. I've thrown him subs before. I've let him borrow my DJ controller.
Nice.
Just really cool.
Right. So, like, like we talk about like collaboration. So like that shows that you're willing to like collaborate with other people and let them, enjoy the same successes that you have, and you like share that experience with other people. Talk about like, is there anything else in the community that you do or personally that you do to like work with other businesses or anything like that?
I do. I work with the chamber as well, which is awesome. They hire me for a lot of downtown functions. So sometimes when they do the awards here at the Chandelier and stuff, they'll have me DJ that. I DJ a lot for the Renaissance as well, so I'll be out front, and he works. Dave's amazing.
Yeah, he is.
So he works with me as well. Tom, who owns this place, he hires me all the time.
Yeah. Big shout out to Tom and the Chandelier for letting us shoot a late night podcast here. Much appreciated.
It's just an amazing support system, and like just really, really good people. And
that's awesome.
So, other than that, I get a lot of people that will tag me in posts and everything else, and which is really cool. And
like when someone's like, I'm looking for a DJ, you got a lot of people on social media that, like requesting you and referring your information out.
I don't advertise a lot. I don't spend a lot on advertising. I do business cards. I push myself really hardcore on Facebook as much as possible, because Facebook's amazing and it's free.
Yeah. You gotta love free social media marketing.
Free is amazing.
It is.
And then of course I put like stickers, decals on my vehicles, because I'm like, if I'm driving it,
might as well, right?
If I can push myself, I'm doing it.
For sure.
So it's just really, it's a testament to the work we put into, DJing and stuff. So.
Do you have anybody that like helps you with your DJing?
I do, and I'm so glad you asked that, because I wanted to give them a shout out as well.
For sure.
I've got 3 DJs currently that are working for me. One dude has actually personally saved my business. I was living in Bellevue at the time, and I had to get a factory job to pay my day-to-day bills. Unfortunately, now DJing, I could probably live off of it if I wanted to, but back then I couldn't. It wasn't reliable enough.
Sure.
And during the wintertime, you shut down, so bills don't shut down. Yeah. So this guy came in, and he was interested in DJing. I said, hey, dude, let's go. He DJ'd, rocked it right out of the gate, and he's been with me for 8 years.
Oh, wow.
Doing that. He saved my business. I wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for him.
For sure.
And then... 2 local guys that I've got running for me right now. Bill Dawson, and the guy's name is Ben Hampton. Bill Dawson, who's from Tiffin. He's amazing, just a really good dude. Also, Blake Homer is the other one that works for me. He just started. Used to work up at JT's Bagels.
Oh, sure.
So the redheaded guy with the glasses. Blake. And then I'm also looking at another one that's going to be starting on the 27th. It's Carrie from Remax. It's her daughter.
Okay, sure.
Yep. Chloe. So Chloe is going to be hopefully starting and joining the T-Town crew. So
that's awesome. How you mentioned that was it Ben?
Ben, yes.
Ben helps save your business. So like, how vital is it to have like good employees, good reliable employees nowadays that you can like just say, hey, can you be there, show up, you do it. They follow through with everything. Obviously, they are working for you, and you haven't fired them yet, so that's good. Yes. But so they must be somewhat reliable. But how important is it to you as a business owner to have reliable workers? Well,
even just being a DJ, because you're contracting these guys out.
Sure.
So you have to be able to trust them with thousands and thousands of dollars with your equipment. And then be able to trust that they're going to do a great job. Because one thing I've learned, and especially working where I work now, like my day-to-day, is that you can have 1,000 great reviews. You can have 1 bad review, and that's what people latch onto. They don't care about the good stuff. They want to know what bad you're doing.
Yeah.
So like you can have 1,000 amazing reviews, and then somebody will look at the bad review and be like, I don't know.
Sure.
And I've had to deal with a couple of those, but but they do a fantastic job. They train with me personally, and I'm a firm believer. If you take care of them, they'll take care of you.
Yeah.
So they get paid really well. for one night of work, man. So, and the way I look at it is they earn it. They do a great job. I'm more than happy to pay for that.
Yeah. Do you have any like memorable or heartfelt moments of like maybe when Ben started working for you where you're just like, man, like this guy's awesome. And, like I couldn't, you said it tonight, but like I couldn't do that without him. Was there like a very specific moment when you kind of like realized that, you found a good one?
I think when he started and he just came out of the woodwork, just rocking it out. And, he did a lot of things, and he was by my side when I was going through issues and having problems in my personal life. Mm-hmm. He was right there, and I never let it slip that he didn't mean a lot to me, and my wife even loves him as well. Yeah, and
he's part of the family now.
He's just a really, and he's a good guy. And what's cool about it is that he got something out of us too. Because T-Town DJ kind of helped him boost his confidence. He was just a nerd, the normal nerd, played Pokemon and, and then he got a little suave from, DJing, because when you're up there, you run the show. Sure. You're the boss. You do what you got to do. Yep. And he did. He rocked it out. And
can you speak on that? Like how does it feel, or like being a DJ, being like the spotlight for so many hours in a night? Like, is there any pressure, or is it just like straight excitement that you're like making everybody have a good time? Like what's going through your brain when you're DJing?
Okay. So me, I was destined to be that. I was destined to be a DJ. I was destined to entertain. My home videos back when we used to use VCR tapes and stuff, I was always doing something stupid, goofy. So when it comes to talking in front of people in high school and school, you would have never known because I hated it. When I first started DJing and I had to announce the entrance for the bride and groom and the bridal party, it was tough. I'd sit back behind the booth and I'd be like, okay, Rachel, Tim, I'm just going through the names. All right, Rachel, Tim, doing all that. And now it's just another day in the office, man. Right. It's not that I don't think it's important, but it's just so easy. And it's the hardest part is trying to, and one thing I learned is that you can't please everybody. That's the hardest part.
Of course.
So because when I first started, I was like, oh man, I want them to have fun, but I want them to have fun. I want them to have fun. And now it's like, now it's kind of like, well, I'm going to try and hit everybody. I hope everybody has fun. I know the songs that people are going to jam to. If this is a dancey wedding, they're going to dance to this. And if they do, awesome. Sure. But if they don't, then maybe it's just not the day, Yeah. You're going to have good days and bad days, just like any other job.
For sure. Has anybody broken any dance floors or anything while you were DJing?
No.
From partying too hard?
Thank gosh. I did DJ a foam party at the bar I used to DJ at in Bellevue, the Green Emerald. And they were worried about that then because they laid a tarp down, but it didn't hold everything in. The water got out. So the owner was like, concerned. We're not doing this again. We're doing it outside if we do it. So,
yeah.
But yeah, no, I haven't broken any dance floors, but I've had some packed ones and a lot of fun, man.
What's been your biggest venue or biggest party that you were able to DJ?
I'm going to say probably the biggest one. Oh, okay. So I just did one this last year. And no joke, I rock electro voice speakers up and down, and they're no joke. They can rock the whole downtown.
They do rock the whole downtown.
I DJ'd at the Sycamore Event Center, and I'm not kidding. It was every better part of 500 people in this place. It was packed.
Yeah.
They had me set up. They had tables lined from almost wall to wall, just line. And I'm back behind everything, and the dance floor is probably 50 to 100 feet away. And I'm playing through people, and it wasn't. Right. They were like, it's just not loud enough. I'm like, there's nothing I can do. I can't get through all these people.
Yeah.
But that's probably the biggest wedding I ever did. The most high-end event I've ever done was probably Edward Jones. I DJ for Edward Jones every year, which I appreciate. Yeah. Elaine Dougherty from here in Tiffin hires me, and she's amazing. Okay. She's so cool. But I DJ'd up in Toledo at the Toledo Club. And I didn't know what that was. So I'm like, okay, T-Town DJ. Some people think I'm from Toledo, so I'm like, okay, whatever.
Okay, sure.
Go up there, and I'm not kidding. I walked in this place, and I'm like, am I underdressed for this? This is like, I'm wearing tie and shirt and everything else. Everything is like mahogany.
Oh, wow.
Like old style wood. It looked like an old father's like yacht club type place,
Sure.
And I'm not kidding. Like they set the food up beside us, and they had steak, and they cut the steak for me. I didn't even have to cut my own steak.
Really?
Like, you're gonna feed it to me too? This would be great.
Yeah, right.
But I'm not. It was insanely elegant.
Sure.
But they went ratchet. They did. all the ladies are like, let's play some ratchet stuff. I'm like,
yeah,
you got it.
Sure.
Is that okay? And they're like, yeah, go ahead.
Nice.
It's like, okay.
So is it like, I don't want to say more fun, but more entertaining maybe when you get to play more fun music?
It is.
Yeah.
One of the biggest, like one of my favorite thing about DJing, or my favorite thing about DJing now is DJing the first dance. To me, that's the reason why I do what I do.
Sure.
That's the reason why I love what I do.
It's an amazing special moment.
It is. And the way I look at it is that they could have chose anybody else, and they chose me.
Right.
And that's amazing. Dude, there's millions of DJs out there. There's a bunch in this area.
Yeah.
And they chose my DJ business to entertain their special day.
Sure.
And I think that's what helps with my DJs as well, is that they feel the same way.
Yeah.
Like they understand that we didn't have to be chosen for this.
Right.
We get to go out there, play music through speakers, get paid a decent amount of money, and go home that night.
Yeah. And have a fun time doing it.
Yes, I agree.
Do you do like a consultation meeting before with like the couple, like let's say specifically like weddings? Do you meet with the couples to try to figure out, like how they want the night to go and what music they want to play and stuff like that?
Yeah, it's totally up to the couple. If they would like to meet beforehand, we're down for that.
Sure.
If they don't, then we don't. It's not we just get there and we run off the fly.
Right.
We're pretty easygoing.
Sure.
Like we'll have a lot of photographers hit us up and be like, so what's the agenda tonight? And I'll be like, I'll show you the page with all the songs they want done. And
right.
But it's just easy to do. To me, I think a lot of people make weddings more complicated than they have to be. Our goal is to
expensive.
Yes, I agree. That's why I love being a DJ. So 'cause I can be like, hey, my anniversary party this last year I had here at the Chandelier.
Okay.
Well, my DJ did it.
Yeah.
I was like, I'll pay you. Here you go.
Yeah,
you know?
Sure.
But I think people make it more complicated than it has to be. And our goal is to take a lot of that stress off of them. You know, don't go check the food. Let us do it. We'll take care of that. I'll go check the food, make sure it's ready for you. You just sit and enjoy your day.
So you're doing a little bit more than just being a DJ and showing up and playing music.
Yeah. I mean, I want to make sure that if they need something done, I'm there to do it.
Right.
I want you to enjoy your day. That's the whole point.
For sure. It's their day, like make it special for them and let them enjoy it. And that was the most important thing for my wedding was like, this is our day. And
it is.
It was flawless, by the way. Like our wedding was amazing and no complaints whatsoever. Everybody had a great time and definitely hit the dance floor hard. But yeah, it is amazing when, your DJ really, really cares more than just the music. They care about you and they care about you having a good time.
That's what I'm saying. I think a lot of people just do it for a paycheck, and that's a problem.
Yeah.
Once you're doing it for a paycheck, that's when it's time for you to step away.
Sure.
And I hope I never get to that point.
Yeah.
So.
For sure. Has there been like any like oops daisy songs or like mistakes that you read the room wrong or you're just like the technology messed up or anything like that?
I've had it to where like trying to find a good laptop to run my board on and not spend a crazy arm and a leg and get a gaming PC or laptop is ridiculously tough.
Gotcha.
So I've had it to where hard drives were failing on me.
Oh, wow.
I DJ'd a wedding out at Arlington Acres here in Tiffin as well. Love them as well. They support me as well.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful venue as well.
And my hard drive was dying. just all of a sudden just started going out. I couldn't pull songs over. So every song request I was downloading and putting it on my computer, and out there it's really tough. I have to use my phone, and it doesn't work very well.
Yeah.
So I had to download all the songs that everybody was requesting to my computer to play it on my board.
Oh wow.
So it was an interesting night, but the way I look at it is it's you got to rise up, if you're having problems, you better know how to jump, get it going.
Figure it out. Be able to pivot and transition and still make it work.
I'm very good at rigging things. It's a blessing and a curse, but I'm very good at rigging things, so I'll figure something out.
Yeah. That's awesome. Well, let everybody know, where can they find you? Obviously you have a website and social media pages, so
yes,
plug those.
TTownDJ.com, and then also you can call us at 419-618-6153. That's my personal number, and then also we're on Facebook as well. So if you go to T-Town DJ on Facebook, you'll see my beautiful face, and then that's our page. And
you do a podcast too, right?
I do.
Yeah.
I do. We do Back in the Day with John and Jay on all streaming platforms. But if you don't have any streaming platforms, it's backinthe.daypodcast.com.
Okay.
The one thing I do say is, though, it is very vulgar. So if you get offended easily, don't listen to it.
All right.
If you're going to hold that against me when hiring me, don't listen to it, because it's I go for shock factor. I look at it like a normal podcast will float around in mediocrity, but if you've got something that pushes the envelopes, that's where you're going to stand out, and that's what we wanted to do, and that's what we do.
Sure. That's
so,
awesome.
we got some good news in there and stuff, too, but if you like things to where you're like, oh, my God, I can't believe you just said that, then, you need to check it out.
Steer clear.
Yes.
Sounds good, man. Well, I appreciate you spending your time with us tonight and doing a podcast with us. And, if you need a DJ, this is your guy. So
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Jaysen.